What up, Bulls Nation? We've got live CHGO Bulls post-game coming up right now. Bulls sweep the Zards. 119-108 the final. Trey Jones, Colin Sexton, free lanes to the bucket. Career high for Leonard Miller. We'll talk about it next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls postgame. Coming to you live from our CHGO Xfinity Loft here in downtown Chicago. CHGO Bulls postgame presented by Bet365, where winning is everything. Download the Bet365 app. Use code CHGO365 when you sign up. Thanks for hanging out with us, Bulls fans. Hit the like button if you're hanging out with us on YouTube, in that chat. No tanks men tonight, unfortunately. But the like button is still free. I'm Peck, Bulls _ Peck. That's Big Dave. Bam. PAWL Sports. Bam. Will the Goat Gottlieb. Will _ Gottlieb. Read his stuff, allchgo.com. Joey C. King of the Controls. Your last Bulls game night, buddy. How do you feel?
I tell you. I'm with TRH99. I don't know how to feel. I'm just numb at this point. But good to be with you guys.
And welcome to Bulls fandom. I'm not fully numb because I still got a little bit of a tingle of a buzz from the firings on Monday.
Tingle of a buzz.
A little tingle of a buzz.
Okay.
From those firings on Monday.
Shout out to you, too.
That's worn off a bit after these two unnecessary wins against the Wizards. That's a sweep, though.
It's a sweep.
That's a sweep.
That means that this is coming to you, Joey
That's right,
C.
Dave.
Yeah, Joey C. I got to give it to you. Hit me. Bulls win. Give it to him. Bulls win. My man Cher saying some unrighteous wins. Bulls win. Give me one more, Joey C. Bulls win. Just to get our timing back. Bulls win. Shout out to Bulls Nation. Bulls win. There you go.
And speaking of shouting out Bulls Nation,
speaking of
out of the game before I forget, shout out to our guy Briscoe, who was on the broadcast tonight, catching the game out in D.C. And he was with his buddy, I want to say John, Bulls Red John, who we were chatting with in the atrium at Bulls Fest a couple summers ago.
Absolutely.
Awesome to see those guys on the
Stacy
broadcast.
Casually dropping that they went out to lunch yesterday.
Baby.
Just getting that casual name drop from Stacy and Adam on the call.
That's what I'm talking about.
But, yeah, I mean, shout out to great members of the Bulls fan community holding it down out there in D.C. You know how many dollars Jerry made for those guys going to that game?
How many?
0.
Yay! He has joy.
And they got to watch a Bulls W. Shout out to whoever it was, Jeb and something, Pleb and something, in our pregame chat, who said it was their first ever Bulls game tonight.
First
ever. They were attending in D.C. as well. So shout out to you. Hope you enjoyed the W. 119-108 was the final. Guys, Colin Sexton and Trey Jones, 27 and 31 points respectively.
That's 58.
Could not be stopped. Could not be stopped. Bulls had a pretty atrocious shooting night from downtown, 9 of 30, I believe. Yeah. But it did not matter because the Wizards said, would you like the paint? Here's the paint. It was a layup line with Trey Jones and Colin Sexton tonight.
I think the wildest,
if you enjoyed watching that, cool. I did not so much.
Like the wildest thing was when I saw that Sexton had 27 points but only had 2 3-point attempts.
Yeah.
That it lets you know to everything you just said. Like they were just going inside and scoring, and that was it. How about the play where Colin Sexton fell on the ground? We thought he was injured, and then they give him the ball at half court, and he takes it all the way to the rim for a layup. Like it was that kind of night. Like they didn't stop them at all. There was no resistance from the Wizards. It wasn't like I was expecting it, but still, when you see it, it's still like, damn. So, yeah, that's what happened with Sexton. I mean, shout out to him for his 27. Shout out Trey Jones getting 31. He went to the line 12 times. He even said after the game he is not used to going to the line that much. He even joked and said they might have to start calling me a free throw merchant. But he went to the line. He went 12 of 12 at the free throw line, man. So
living that DeMar life.
Yeah, man. Pay attention there, Modest. That's big stuff for him. But the 6 rebounds, like also with that, also further lends you to the point Matt just said. Things weren't happening on the inside as far as stopping anyone on Washington's team. But, I mean, they took full advantage. Like, Trey took advantage, Colin took advantage, and the rest of the team, rest of the starters, I should say, absolutely took advantage of the Washington Wizards inside.
It was basically, to me, like watching two dads play with a bunch of children. And it was just Trey and Colin Sexton getting to the rim every single time down the court. And there was nothing that anybody could do to stop them.
I was going to say really quick, it was like when your cousin comes over and you're like, you want to play 2K for the first time? And you're going to score on your little cousin every time, but also they teach him the game at the same time.
But then, like, instead of just, like, skunking them, they were also, like, picking up full court and, like, hounding them defensively, and Colin Sexton's getting after guys. And, like, they were like, all right, we got a neighbor coming over. We're gonna get him like 11 of 14 and get him 26 points. Come on down, Leonard Miller.
Hey,
like I think he had like one or two self-created shots. There was that one where he like bumped the dude off and got to the rim.
Yes.
But most of it was just like wide open baskets under the rim and offensive rebound putbacks. He was doing some dirty work, but yeah, I mean, Colin Sexton, Trey Jones, just way too good to be playing against these guys.
Yeah.
Anthony Gill, Leaky Black, Julian Reese, Bub Carrington, who played 24 minutes.
Legends all.
And Will Riley. I mean, just a nothing game. I mean, it was truly like gym class out there.
Gym class. Yeah, he's right, though. That's what it was. I mean, you know it's gym class when you see my man Patrick Lee out there. 39 minutes. Damn. 39 minutes out there. 15 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, full game. 3 of 6. He took the most three-point attempts for the Bulls tonight. Was from Patrick Williams with 6. But, yeah, I believe all the starters were in the plus column. In the plus-minus, man, as far as what they did. Because the bench didn't do, diddly poo
I mean,
for the team.
The Bulls bench at this point with everybody out is like, guys, it's not rotation pieces 6 through 10. It's 11 through 15.
But it was some struggling happening, man. Like, only 1 3-pointer made between everybody on the bench. Look, 0 for 3 from Lockie, 0 for 3 McClung, 1 of 4 Dillingham will hit the 3, and Yuki 0 for 4. From the 3-point line. But, again, I'm just nitpicking, you know what I'm saying, this stuff right here, right now. But, yeah, that's what happened in this game, man. They played a team that is, worse than them, who had a little more resistance in this game than they did in the previous one. Like, shots were falling, guys were putting in the effort to get it. I believe Bub Carrington was definitely leading the way as far as the aggressiveness, of trying to win that game.
He was taking some pull-up threes, my goodness.
I mean, he was pull-up 3, and he was 4 of 7 from the 3-point line. Will Riley finished with 23
Shout out.
for them as well. Joey C's favorite player, Anthony Gill, 14 points for him as well. So, I mean, they definitely put in the effort to try to score. We saw Juju Reese being much more physical. Oh, my gosh, that play he did on Lockie was crazy when he just took that ball from him. But They tried. They put in their effort, but in the end, Bulls just wanted too much, and they just had They just have
too much talent to even like get into the game with it. And I'm being facetious about like the tanking piece, but like they're just like a way more talented team than whatever dregs of the Wizards roster they were scraping together for this game.
Dregs, yes.
And they did play a little bit more competitively. Like last game, they were just up 35 the whole game, and that was just not anything. The Wizards did put together some nice runs, and like outside of those 3 guys, really, and maybe throw Patrick in there, like nobody played well, and the lack of depth I think is a little bit of a challenge for the Bulls. But I mean, they don't have anybody as good as like Sexton or Trey Jones, let alone both of them, and so those guys were just able to get whatever they wanted, and they just had their foot on the gas pedal for the entire game.
Why don't we take the temp of that chat, see what our fellow Bulls fans are talking about on YouTube. Hit the like button. It's free. Taking the Temp is presented by our friends at Four Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. Visit fourseasonsheatingcooling.com for all their special offers and money-saving coupons. That's fourseasonsheatingcooling.com. In response to whoever that was in the chat saying that they just feel numb at this point, Buzella's fan said, I would like to cry, actually. So that's not numb.
That's feelings.
That's feeling something.
Yeah, you feel something. Yeah.
Sounds by simulation saying we'll be drafting 2 role players this year. Honestly, unless you're referring to their second-round pick.
Yeah, I think that might be
Don't count that Portland pick just yet because they don't have it in their hands.
I was a little surprised to hear Michael really talking a lot about that. Like, let's not
dude.
count the chickens before they hatch or whatever.
Oh, but the Bulls love doing that.
That was, I mean, it's like a totally 50-50 proposition.
Yeah,
if not
so many
less at this
people have
point.
started taking it as a given.
Yeah.
I've noticed recently, like, hey, well, you got 2 top 15 picks and this and that. And they're like, we don't have that pick yet.
Yeah, still
like,
got some work to do.
Come on, Blazers.
Come on, Blazers.
We will be doing a watch along for their win and in game, whether that be 7 versus 8 or if they win 9 versus 10 and play the loser of 7-8. Either way, we'll do a watch along for that.
Right now, just to state it, they have I guess this is for the pre-play-in right now, but their odds right now are 77.6% to be the 9th seed, 22.4 to be the 8th seed.
So
and then they have
Couple games left. Obviously,
22% chance
Blazers,
to
Clippers tomorrow night. Huge. 22.6%
chance, according to Basketball Reference,
Huge.
to make the 8th seed. So
ready to watch
it's just not something I would be like touting at
counting
this
on.
point. You know?
Yeah, absolutely not. I'll enjoy the hell out of it if it does happen and when, but not before that.
Yeah.
Thomas in the chat saying, while we are bad enough to lose to the Pacers and Kings, shout out, the Wizards are just another level
They really
of
are.
bad.
They are.
Thomas Pace saying Pacers have good coaching, Kings have good experienced players, Wizards have neither. Yeah, I think, the Wizards are the tankiest of Tankertons, and it's in Tanking Town.
In Tanking Town. Welcome to Tanking Town.
Yeah, it's a different level. Speaking of which, Mike Mills in the chat saying, Bulls, we want to be better. Also, Bulls, we won't do what it tanks to get better.
Oh,
Well done. Well done. I think that's the first time I've heard that fun little play on words.
What it takes. Well done.
Ryan Smith asking, I want to know why. Why is Billy so destined to win so badly? To me, he's not trying to prove to this front office he can coach. So, Michael, get ready. We can put a pin in that because
integrity
of the competitive variety.
That's the pin you're putting in it.
I mean,
integrity pin.
It's clearly something that I think Billy is very much still aligned with the people who run this team from the ownership suite. They all very staunchly believe in that.
I mean, Michael even said on the thing, like, if we were trying to tank, I don't think we would be in a position to have Billy as our coach. So, he's putting, in that way, Billy's desires in front of what's best for the organization. And he is, that's, he's given Billy too much power, whether he stays or goes. Like, that, it's just, like, not, again, like, I have a lot of respect for Billy. I don't think there's anything, like, wrong with the way he approaches things. But, like, there has to be a chain of command. And you can't, like, jump up a rung just to try to win a game that you should be losing.
Unlimited power.
Unlimited power.
Unusual.
You talking about
unusual power.
When Jafar goes Super Saiyan at the end of Aladdin? The absolute power.
Hey, shout out to Captain Jeb, who also said, I told you, Dave, the bench wasn't hitting.
Captain Jeb, you were right.
You was
Bench
on
wasn't
point.
hitting tonight.
Shout out, sir. Well done. Well done, Captain Jeb.
I saw Captain Jeb also threw us some Goon noms. We'll get to those at the end of the show.
Okay.
Throw us your Goon of the Night nominees, Bulls Nation. Go Blazers, says Flipside. Yeah, absolutely right. Share Bulls love saying, by the way, Wizards in a better shape than the Bulls going forward. I think it's debatable. And we spent some of our pregame talking about those very bold swing moves they made, bringing in Trae Young and Anthony Davis before this season's deadline and wondering how that might work out for them. If those two players are healthy and they have some complementary pieces around them, in the East, maybe that's a playoff team. Maybe not. I think that's kind of the ceiling of that team, though, is that maybe they're a playoff team and maybe they're not. Whereas with the Bulls, it's like definitely not a playoff team.
Yeah.
Play-in team, you betcha, until just now, and they're pivoting, and we'll see what happens next.
Yeah.
Next season, unless whoever the new front office is comes in and makes some crazy moves.
Oh, man.
I'm
here for crazy moves.
Honestly, if obviously there's the question of how much will we see of Trae Young and or Anthony Davis health-wise next season? Just ballpark right now. Who has more wins next season through 82 games? Bulls or Wizards?
Wizards for sure.
Wizards.
I mean, I
think so too.
Yeah.
They obviously have the big health risk, but the way that some of these teams, Wizards included, are losing right now is like not representative of how good their team actually is.
Yeah.
Right. And so they're trying to be, and they are much worse than they actually are. So I think next year, especially when there's no incentives. And like people have joked about, well, if the Bulls, if you incentivize just being through the middle, that'll be really good for the Bulls. Like, I actually don't know if that's true. Other teams will just change their incentives, and like you won't have as many bad teams to beat up on if you are the Bulls. And so we'll see what happens with lottery, but I don't think any of that is a guarantee. Certainly the health of Trey and Anthony Davis, but I think they just have like way more talent right now. We'll see what the Bulls' new front office does, though.
Let's knock out our first ad break. We'll come back on the other side with more thoughts on tonight's game. We can talk a bit more about the quality from Leonard Miller that we saw. We'll check in with that Bet365 pick tracker from our pregame picks. And Goon of the Night and more, all still ahead. Also going to touch on the latest from Billy Donovan and Michael Reinsdorf. There's some interesting developments there.
Yeah.
Hit the like button. It's free. You deserve it. Do it for yourself. We'll be right back.
Hey, Julia.
CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Sunnyside. Our friends at Sunnyside Dispensary are here to elevate your baseball season. Baseball is here. Summer's right around the corner. Oh, I love my visits. Shout out to the Sunnyside on Clark, right there in Wrigleyville. Sunnyside is your home for judgment-free shopping. They've got a crazy selection with over 100 different strains to choose from, with easy online ordering and in-store pickup. Wherever you are in Illinois, Sunnyside has a location for you. They've got spots as far south as Champaign and as far north as South Beloit. So stop into the store nearest you and get expert guidance from their friendly and knowledgeable staff. If you head to their website right now, for only the best under the sun, you will get 50% off. That's right, 50. Not on your first order, not your first 2 orders, your first 3 online purchases.
What?
Just use promo code HICHGO at checkout to qualify. Again, HICHGO. Sunnyside Dispensary, only the best under the sun, only for 21 and older, and Illinois MedCard holder.
Guys, Simmons is old.
Oh,
man.
Should have been out of the game years ago, but he can't go home because he hates his wife.
These are the things that happen to him. But it's also, he rolls with Old National Bank. So we know one thing, his money is going to be right, ladies and gentlemen, because that's the old he wants to be. Shout out to my man Simmons. Whether it's on the field or in your financial life, the best teams win by delivering excellence at every level. And at Old National Bank, they believe every play matters. From your everyday checking to that long-term planning and commercial banking, their team is here to build momentum and help you move that ball forward. All starts with that plan tailored for you by professionals that I promise you trust. Simple tasks like building up bigger financial moments, you can count on them to coordinate your needs with steady, knowledgeable guidance that brings clarity and confidence each and every step of the way. Because they're Old National Bank, y'all. Member FDIC, where relationships and results matter.
CHGO Bulls postgame rolling along on Thursday night as the Bulls take down the Zards again. How do you like them apples?
Bang.
More than you like those lottery balls.
They've done well in these back-to-back sets. They got the Hawks twice this year. They got the Cavs twice this year.
Yeah.
Wizards, I think there was one more in there.
So if we just play the same team 82 times, you're telling me
there's a chance.
Logic
Shout out to our guy Easy, who said to us on Twitter earlier tonight when Pat got off to a strong start, Pat should, if he wants to play a Wizards-type team every night, just go play in the second division league in France. So there's an idea.
You did tell me he said that. Yeah.
I don't know if he'd make $18 million a year.
We don't know that. You don't know.
Oh, it was New York. They split with New York at the beginning of the season.
Split with New York. Okay.
Oh, and then they split with Brooklyn. They had another back-to-back.
Jeff Rocks.
And then they lost to Miami. Wow, they've had a lot of these. Okay, never mind.
Sorry, guys, I voluntarily watched Bulls-Wizards game in April, and I wasn't paid to do it. What the hell is wrong with me? Nothing.
Not a single thing.
Nope.
Nothing.
Bless your heart.
You a fan, baby. And I feel that. We feel that.
I don't know if I could say the same right now, honestly. Like, if the tables were flipped.
Would you pass on this game? I'm too much of a psychotic person. I would definitely tune in. I don't know how much of it I'll be watching, but
I feel like I just need to know.
Yeah, I'm tuning in. I would. I turn it on.
You ever like watching a TV show that's not very good, but you just have to like finish it just to like know what happens at the end?
Yeah.
like every CSI or Law and Order episode ever created?
Or Dexter.
Sometimes you just need to know.
Or Dexter.
Before I started the pilot of that show, and I started watching it way long after it actually ended, Dave warned me. He's like, first handful of seasons, amazing. Goes downhill fast. And I knew that going in. It was like, still got to finish it.
Yeah, still got to finish it.
Got to the end, I was like,
man.
wow, that was crap.
Yeah, that was so bad. Oh, my God.
I mean, like, we could have simmed this season and been like, okay, 30 and 52, way to go, Bulls.
Yeah.
But no, we watched every one of them.
Watching, baby.
30 and 52 would have been good. They're going to be 32 and 50. which will be less good.
Which would be less good.
Niles in the chat thinks that we should send Big Dave to represent the Bulls at the lottery because nobody can say no to Big Dave.
Oh, thank you very much.
I like that
appreciate
idea.
that.
I concur.
You're not wrong.
Now hand me $1,000. Put that theory to the
an
test.
appearance fee.
That's
They
right.
should do
Put
that.
theory
They
to
should
the
put
test.
fans on the podium for
Yeah.
lottery night.
They should. That
Yeah,
would be really
like,
cool.
Who do you think's going to be their rep this year? Noah? Modest again?
It has to be Noah.
I do not think it's going to be Modest.
I think it'll be Noah.
I feel like it.
New front office member?
Yeah, maybe a new front office member,
Eh?
or maybe Michael will do
Billy
it as
Donovan?
maybe Michael will do it as a show of his newfound involvement in,
Oh, goody.
in things.
That's fair. Wasn't he there when they won Derrick Rose?
He's saying like
Was he?
Billy's gonna
may
start
have
being
been.
like Benny of the Bulls shooting
Yeah, because
half-court shots.
it's like one of
backwards,
those
too. Like,
always used photos of Michael Reinsdorf because so few of them
Yeah.
exist on the internet. It's of him sitting in his little seat at the lottery doing the little wave.
correct.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can tell, I
Number
can tell
one
you
pick.
exactly
It's one
where
of the
he's from.
6 pictures that exist of Michael Reinsdorf.
Scant photogenic.
Got the number one pick,
photographic
baby.
evidence.
Yeah.
of
Walked
Michael
away with
Reinsdorf.
D Rose. Walked away with D Rose.
Hooray.
Let's just say.
Uh,
Hooray indeed.
That was 2018. Was his last
2018
the
is what-
picture?
okay.
So that would have been the time they didn't move up for Luka.
Yep. I remember that.
Or no, that was 17.
I remember
They
that.
took Wendell. They took Wendell in that draft, right?
Wendell Carter
18
Jr.
would have
Wendell
been
Carter Jr.,
Zion.
yes.
was
Took him in that draft.
was the 18 draft, yeah.
No, that was Luka. Luka was 18.
That was the Wendell draft. Whatever Luka came was the Wendell draft.
Yeah.
The Wendell draft.
And then the
Where
following
were you?
year, we
I was at a
watched the
Buffalo Wild
lottery
Wings.
together somewhere with the Outsiders at some event.
Oh, yes. I
It was
remember
like a big
this.
party and a show. Archie was there.
Yes.
Kendall and Chanowski were there. Like the whole crew was there. I
remember.
accidentally spilled part of my beer on Dave's shirt.
He
And
absolutely did.
What
Yes, he did.
But it was
And
my
he feels bad about it.
reaction
No, he doesn't.
to
No, he
the
doesn't.
Bulls name card popping up when I didn't want it to.
Yeah, that was the Kobe White one.
Yep.
That's what that was.
7.
Because I remember people asking me who they're going to. I kept saying no, but they're going to take Kobe White. It's going to be Kobe White.
Sure did.
You have to take Kobe White. You have no choice.
Uh,
And it worked out.
on that very exciting
Till it didn't.
looking Charlotte Hornets team now.
They
all
are
right.
exciting.
Dave, you want to check in with our pregame picks? See how we did?
Let's go, baby! Big
Pregame
money
picks
time.
and pick tracker time. Pick tracker brought to you by Bet365. Let's see how we did. Bet365, where winning is everything. Download their app. Use code CHGO365 when you sign up.
Colin Sexton.
He let me down on the glass tonight.
He didn't get 5 rebounds?
No, I think he had 3.
Okay.
Which is disappointing after a couple of games where he had 9 boards and 9 boards in his last 2. But otherwise, did pretty well.
Dang.
Trey Jones, 20-plus points. How about 31?
Dang.
Easy cash there. And then Will Riley, who we talked about in pregame, the Illini rookie, coming on strong down the stretch of his year, getting more opportunity with the Zards missing a lot of guys. He had a slow start, but he closed strong. I think he had like 12 points going into the fourth quarter, finished with 23.
Not bad,
Way to
bro.
go, Will Riley. Went
Not
2
bad.
for 3. I'll take that 7 days a week.
Not bad at all. Let's get to mine because I don't think I heard any of them. Yeah, let's
Sexton
go.
definitely did not hit 3 threes
Yeah,
today.
he had 1 3.
Yeah.
That was real surprising. I wasn't ready for that. Patrick Williams was the one I bet my house on right there. Oh, I bet my car and everything.
Oh, man.
Did not turn out. I am not going home. So Patrick Williams didn't work out.
How do you say no to those plus 1,200 odds, though?
It was
For something
right
that
there.
legitimately had a chance of happening
Yeah,
tonight.
he had a shot. I mean, he had a
But
shot. Was he 10 points short?
4 of 11.
Yeah.
15 points. But honestly,
He had a shot.
even
8
still,
rebounds, though.
looking at it, like 15, 8, and 4
Yeah.
for Pat, you're like, is that your second best game of the year?
Yes. But what did save
After
me,
last night?
what did save me and the reason I go back to my house because Will Riley
Yeah.
had 8 rebounds. Shout out to him, man.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's how I do it, baby. Way to save me and allow me to go back inside
You
my
got
home.
one.
Yeah, I
You
got
got
one.
one.
Excuse me, 9 rebounds. It allowed me to go back inside my house. Good looking out, baby. So, yes, bet with your heart. I got one of them down, though. So, one of them went in right there. And I
You
went
got
for
good
it
juice
all
on
with
it.
Patrick.
290 is pretty good.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Shout out.
Absolutely. Shout out and shout out to Bet365. Use that promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Take advantage of that awesome offer. First $5 bet, 150 in bonus bets.
Take advantage.
Leonard Miller, guys. Can we talk about him for a sec?
Sure.
Look, I know
Lenny.
it's hard to take away true, like, deep meaning and confidence or lack thereof in a player's performance when tonight's game or Tuesday night's game
Yeah.
or perhaps tomorrow night's game is the context that it is. That being said, Leonard Miller, and look, it's not like he had this incredible game tonight. He did have a career-high 26 points. You love to see it. It was fairly efficient. He was 11 of 14 from the floor, even knocked down both of his three-point attempts.
Shout out to that.
But it was more so about dominating inside. There wasn't much to dominate inside. I don't think I saw a Wizards player play defense in the paint at any point tonight. And then there was also the, Leonard Miller's handles are still real loose. You saw examples of that as well. So it's a mixed bag. But given just the opportunity that was in front of Leonard Miller tonight, yo, man, you want to go score? Want to get 14 shots?
Yeah.
Go score, go get 14 shots. At the very least, if nothing else, it shows you that he is very keen on getting better and growing his role in the NBA, hopefully with the Bulls next season.
Yeah.
We'll see if they try to renegotiate. They got the team option, so they could just pick that up, or they could try and sign into a longer deal. But there's just a lot more to be encouraged about with Leonard Miller than a lot of other guys who are here right now.
Yeah, and I was just about to say that too, man. There's a difference between Patrick Williams balling out in that last game and a difference between Matt McClung coming in and playing a good game than it is with Leonard Miller.
Yeah.
It's because we've watched him do it consistently. 15 of the last 16 games,
right.
10-plus points for that young man.
And a double-double in 2 of the last 3.
Right, and that was against teams who were still trying to win. It seems that was putting their best players on the floor, and they were really trying to win. And so you're getting the best effort. Like I said, and I've said this again and again about him, the fact that Wemby gave him a little pat on the back when he was walking out the game told me everything.
Yeah.
That told me everything about Leonard Miller and just how solid of a basketball player he's been for the Bulls since he's gotten here. So it's just that consistency to when you get to this point, when you're playing a team like the Wizards. I'm not shocked that he had 26 points and 11 rebounds. I'm like, I thought he should have had a shot at 30. Because I've watched you do it and build yourself up to this point to where you get here and you play these kind of poopy teams. You're like, you're supposed to dominate and go in against them. And that's what we saw him do. 11 of 14 shooting is what he had out there. Like you said, hit both of his 3-point shots, but he was aggressive like he's always been. And nothing has changed from him. He has really been consistent, whether it's been off the bench, whether it's been as a starter. He's just been super consistent and something that Billy has been able to rely on. And when Billy trusts you, you're going to get all the minutes. You know what I mean? Billy is a trusted,
he led
loyal
the team
guy.
tonight.
Yeah. And I mean, how many times did we sit here and yell about the fact that he wasn't getting all these minutes? Well, that trust is being built up for that young man to the point where Billy is like, I will happily give you this opportunity to stay out there on the floor as long as you continue to produce. And he is continuing to produce. Doesn't matter how many games is left for him. He's done it ever since he's gotten the opportunity to do this here in Chicago.
No, I think that's exactly right, because I don't know if it was just this one game, I would be sitting here very excited about what Leonard has done, what he did tonight and last game against the Wizards, because as we talked about, this Wizards, they're just not a real team right now. But because he has been doing this consistently, and I was just looking at it, it's almost 11 points per game and 5.5 rebounds with the Bulls so far in 24 games. But really, over the last few weeks, he's gotten more opportunity and has been productive. I think you're always a little bit cautious about making any grand conclusions about anybody, let alone a young player who is competing out there at this point in the season, because a lot of these games have been lopsided one way or the other. That just kind of is what it is. You have to try to see through that when you're evaluating. But I just like the activity, the athleticism, getting up and down the court, playing in transition. He fits with how the Bulls want to play. He had a couple of really nice baseline dunks, had a couple of nice transition dunks. Like I mentioned, the driving play where he kind of bumped the dude off and finished over him, and then hitting his threes. Those are all really key things. And I think he's just got to continue to get opportunity to really learn the game around him, so that he's not just necessarily relying on the garbage production. And when I say garbage production, I don't mean garbage time. I mean dirty work type of production, which is a really good baseline level. That's what I think everybody would have been really happy with if Patrick was doing for the last 4 or 5 years. But he's really doing that. And then is there more stuff that he can start to add on to his game? And I think that's where we'll start to see what kind of a player he really is. But as I've been saying for a while now, I think you decline that team option and you try to extend him out into the future. You've got plenty of space. Try to get good players on good contracts. That's what they should be doing this summer.
Real quickly before break, Shareable's loving the chat saying, Miller is a pogo stick. Great athlete. The one bright spot this season besides Modest and Trey. Andrew saying there's about 16.6 million differences between P. Will and Miller and 4 inches. Ryan saying maybe Peck can train and learn with Miller in the offseason. LOL. South MU saying, nah, wave and stretch P. Will now, please. Don't know if we're going to get that, but hey, new front office. The guy who drafted him.
Out of there.
Bye.
Peace.
Knock out a couple more ads. We'll come back with more thoughts on tonight's game. We'll also get to some Billy and Michael Reinsdorf talk because a couple interesting developments.
Yeah.
Hit the like button. We'll be right back. CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. And right now is a perfect opportunity to take advantage of their Bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets promo. Just download their app and use code CHGO365 when you sign up, because when you do that, throw $10 in your account. Take 5 of those bucks, bet it on anything. A player prop in an NBA game. We got playoffs coming up around the corner.
We do.
Maybe hockey, maybe baseball, because it's back. Whatever you want, a money line, a spread, a parlay, put $5 down. You're going to get $150 in bonus bets when that bet closes, whether or not you win the bet. It's $150 free dollars.
That's it.
What are you doing? What are you waiting for? It's no Chicago handshake, but as far as great deals go, it's probably the next best thing. Bet365, where winning is everything. Download the app and use code CHGO365 when you sign up today. Again, that promo code CHGO365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. And please, gamble responsibly.
You know what? We're all looking for ways to stand out at work. You know, our guy Sean Anderson does the CHGO White Sox. He stands out. He does the show by himself and has an amazing beard.
He does.
That helps him stand out doing it.
Fantastic.
Our guy Will the Go Gottlieb, does it by just being an amazing, amazing journalist.
Basketball writing.
But also
Quaff.
amazing head of hair.
Gorgeous.
He does that. To pattern guys, beard, quaff, standing out, mustache right there, amazing locks. Either way it goes, we're all standing out here. But you want to stand out? Well, what if I told you? There's an easy way to save your company hundreds of thousands of dollars. You think that'll help you stand out? I think it will. Well, just sign up for a free facility assessment from ComEd. Their engineer will give you free insights and actions that could help save your business on energy cost. Basically, they'll create a plan to help you stand out and your business save for free. So visit ComEd.com/facility assessment to learn more. Actual savings will vary based on customers' usage and rate.
CHGO Bulls postgame rolling along. Thanks for being here with us, Bulls Nation. Hit the like button if you didn't do it during the ad break. It's free. So is the subscribe button. Okay, so that game happened. It was mostly gross. Yay, Leonard Miller. Moving on.
Yay, Leonard Miller.
We heard from Michael Reinsdorf, Bulls president, for the first time in, I'm going to say ever, on Tuesday, when he did a Zoom press conference with the members of the Bulls media after he dismissed Arturas and Mark. We broke down a lot of what he had to say shortly after. We went live right after that press conference ended, so go check out that episode if you missed it when it happened. But a couple interesting new wrinkles to this, one of which is Billy Donovan responding himself to what Michael had to say about wanting Billy to stay. And before that, for added context, I came across this, and I skimmed through it the first time and didn't notice it, but I can't remember who. Sorry that I can't shout it out. Somebody made note of it on Twitter today, and then that's when I found it. John Greenberg and Joel Lorenzi co-wrote for The Athletic about that press conference from Michael. And in it, it says the following. In an email responding to follow-up questions from The Athletic, Reinsdorf wrote that Donovan's status won't be taking, quote, precedence in the process, end quote. The point I was making is that he is doing, Reinsdorf, quote, the point I was making is that he is a good coach. I don't think there's a candidate out there who would not want to interview with us because I'd like Billy to remain as our coach, end quote. So in that little, one paragraph part of that write-up from Joel and Greenberg, it seems like in a follow-up email clarifying some of his statements in the press conference, Michael almost walked back the Billy or bust kind of stuff we heard him say. And then also, again, after walking it back half a step, doubled down again. I'm really trying to get having a tough time getting a read on what Michael's talking about. There could just be like, well, Billy is still our coach right now, so I'm only going to say glowing positive things about him. And if it so happens that he is no longer our coach at some point, then okay, we'll move forward. Maybe that's part of this, but it's just very odd.
Yeah, I just think you can't there's still games to be played. Like you can't, and he's not firing him, right? So
of course,
I just don't think you can come out there and say, yeah, I don't care if Billy's back, or I could go either way about it. We'll let this new guy decide.
And then if you do, what reason does Billy have to stay?
Exactly. And I just think ideally Michael would want Billy to be back, clearly. But I mean, maybe this is his way of saying we'll let this new person decide, but I'm not going to sit here and fire him. I'm not going to, try to push him out the door, because they do really like him and they do have a good relationship with him. And I think they would prefer to keep him. So I think he's just kind of laying the groundwork for that as an option. But ultimately, I do think it's up to Billy for now. Maybe he decides he wants to stay on, and then Michael can't find somebody to run the team. And so because they want to bring in their new coach and they have to make some decisions, or maybe Billy stays for another year and then gets fed up with it, or maybe Billy just leaves. We just don't know yet. But I think the main thing is that not taking precedence in the process. On the one hand, you could look at it as, well, this is just kind of what he has to say. On the other hand, you could look at it as, there were a couple of things that we talked about that are conflicting ideas. And so is this one of those things where you're saying it's not going to be the only important factor, but they really need to keep him. And so I kind of wonder how that plays out. But I just don't think you can just say, all right, you're gone. You've got games to play.
Can you read that last sentence again from where it starts with, I don't think?
I don't think there's a candidate out there who would not want to interview with us because I'd like Billy to remain our coach.
Okay.
So he's saying. No,
I get I understand what he's saying. I'm saying what jumped out to me was that word interview. Mm-hmm. And I think that for me, that was the key thing that he was saying. I don't think it'll stop anybody from talking to us about what's going on here with Billy Donovan. For me, that's the key point. He's not saying hired. Remember before it was like, dude, man, please, everybody gonna want to come in here and I get this, and you sign up and you're in, and it's cool. Now it's, well, yeah, I'm thinking everybody will want to come in and have an interview about it. We could talk about it. We could talk it out, see what happens. That's the walk back. You know what I mean? For me, just saying that word right there, interview. So I think that's key, though. Honestly, that's yes. What he said, yes. That's how it's supposed to be said. That's how I wish it was said the first time, honestly. Taking a little sting off, you know what I mean, of what was said. Because he came in firing that fastball at 98 miles an hour. Like, this is what's going to happen, and you're going to like it and deal with it. But now saying, hey, you can come in and talk to us. We can have an interview. I don't think that'll stop anybody from wanting to interview with us. It won't. Of course, you'll take the interview. Everybody will want to come in and talk it out and see what happens and see what comes of it. That's cool. Will it stop them from being hired? That's the key question. That's the point of it that I am looking at it now. Like, okay, yeah, our talk sounds great. So what are we going to do about this part right here? Are we going to negotiate it, talk it out, and get to that point where you're going to roll with mine or you're going to roll with yours? So the fact that he's saying he went out, and again, if I'm misinterpreting this incorrectly, please correct me. But if he's saying, we can kind of talk about it, and maybe I'm not super married to it, but I know what I want. Mm-hmm. I would love for him to be here and be the coach, but maybe I could be open, to somebody saying, hey, maybe that's not my vision. Did you hear it that same kind of way?
I think it's just a little weird because he did sound so clear and adamant about wanting to retain Billy at all costs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think, on the one hand, you'd kind of wish he'd be more clear, but on the other hand, it's he was about as clear as you could possibly be. So it's just hard to say. I mean, I don't know exactly what he's saying. I think what he's trying to say is that he's going to have that as something that he really wants, but maybe it's not necessarily a deal breaker.
I mean, I think that the emphasis and clarity was very much intended, and I think that that's the issue, because I think that there was a way Michael could have phrased that maybe just a touch less emphatically and a touch less like it sounds like it's a black or white thing of if you don't want Billy, you're not a candidate for us. Mm-hmm. You can voice support for Billy Donovan and even say, I hope that whoever we bring in sees all of the values in Billy Donovan that we see. Yeah. And If so, great. But not make it phrased in such a way that it might be putting thoughts in the heads of people who might want this job. If there's this quid pro quo, what other quid pro quos are there?
Yes.
Are you really letting me come in to run this team the way I want to run it, or am I going to have to answer to Billy Donovan?
Exactly.
Well,
you can phrase your support for Billy without phrasing it in a way that makes it sound like that.
So permanent.
I just think like you can't have your mind made up about anything right now, like about anything.
Yeah.
Right.
If you are so set in your ways that you're going to be following this path, you're not going to be tanking, you are going to be keeping Billy, then like this new person just doesn't, there's no latitude for them to be able to execute on their job. And maybe you find someone who's okay with that and they just like want the job so bad that they'll come in and kind of do it your way. That's absolutely a possibility. I wouldn't necessarily put it past you, but at that point, it's just like you're kind of running the team. And I feel like if you are sitting up there saying, we want to make changes, we want this to be a clean slate, we don't want to keep operating the way we've been operating, but then you have all these same restrictions on team building and front office and coaching staff building, like you're not going to get a different result. You're just going to be doing the same thing. So I do think there has to be at least, maybe they get to the same place, but there has to be a willingness and an openness to trying new things when it comes to the process, when it comes to style of play, type of coach that you want, size of front office. All this stuff needs to be up for debate at the very least. Otherwise, you're just going to keep on doing the same thing you're doing. And I said this last game, and I wanted to correct myself because like I think I had kind of made a similar point, and then I said, well, if you're going to do that, then like why even fire Arturas? Like I still think that was the right thing to do.
Yes.
At the very least, if this person comes in and just executes this exactly what Michael wants, which is keep Billy, never tank, but hits on the draft picks, you're in a completely different situation. Right. If you hit on the Dalen Terry draft and on a second round pick once in a while and the Noah pick, like you're in a completely different state. And honestly, Arturas probably still has his job. So I do think like draft is going to be a huge one. And then the communication thing that Michael brought up several times, that's another big one. And so when I think about like, it was still, even if you are kind of limited to whatever it is that ownership wants, and I think that's probably true across the league, I think there's still a lot of ways where this new person can come in, still do those things, and also do a better job and have a better output.
Yeah, for me, like, it's a messaging issue, and I'm not going to put this on Michael because honestly, you hire the general manager to deliver the message.
That's what he's saying, exactly.
Crystal clear message of the basketball operations and what the direction is. Mm-hmm. So I can kind of like, I can empathize with what Michael was trying to do. I guess my minor little critique of it was during that whole line of questioning, as a fan, you know what I didn't hear enough of? The word winning. What he's saying is that we are in the business of winning, and I think Billy is a winning coach. So I think those two things should go together. That's basically what he was saying, but it came out in such a weird way of like, it's either Billy or the highway kind of thing.
Yes, it did.
Right? And honestly, just continuously recorrecting the precedent and all that other stuff, like he honestly just needs to go like, we're committed to finding a path towards winning basketball. Yeah. I think Billy is a winning coach. Billy is a grown person who has a choice to make, and we are going to respect him, but we want to convince him to stay if possible. Leave it at that. We're focused on winning, and just move on.
Yeah,
I think there is an element that's just like a little bit challenging to like basically profess your love to Billy in publicly to try to convince him to stay. I think that's a separate thing from like we're keeping him by any means necessary. And I don't know what I like if I were him, what I would have said. Like to your point, Joey, like we love Billy, we would love for him to stay, but we're going to go through this process and see how it goes. Like I think that probably like that leaves the door open in a way that maybe Billy would have felt uncomfortable with or slighted by. So I do think he's kind of managing that piece of it too, which is challenging. But I think really, and why it's like difficult to give a press conference where you're expected to answer questions about what the future is going to look like when you have no idea what the future is going to look like. It's just hard to do that right now because you don't know who this GM is. But as I've been saying, if you're limiting what that GM can do, I think that just becomes a challenge. And I think you're likely to end up where you started. And that's kind of what it also sounded like he was trying to avoid.
Well, so before we take a break, why don't we introduce this Billy Donovan quote piece of the puzzle, and then we can come back and talk about it on the other side of the break, because this came with a push notification from ESPN. It is attributed to only the Associated Press. I haven't seen any journalist name attached to it.
I'm sure it was just Billy's pregame interview, and there was an AP reporter
Pregame media availability from tonight, very likely, from Associated Press and a quick write-up on ESPN's app. In response to what Michael had to say, quote, I think Michael was making the point of how he felt about me. But I also understand that, like I said, everybody's got to look out for what is best for the Bulls at that point in time. I love it here. I love the relationship piece, not only Jerry and Michael, but the people in the building, the staff. It's been an awesome working environment, and I enjoy it. But we're at this place because we really haven't won a lot. End quote. With that, we will knock out our last ad break. We will come back on the other side. We will talk about those words from Billy Donovan and then find out who the Goon of the night is. Throw us your Goon noms in the chat. Hit the like. BRB. CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Ray! New vehicles are in store now at Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and this is your chance to score a great deal at the Declaration of Deals sales event. Head to Ray CDJR on Route 12 today and choose from their huge inventory on new Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram models. And right now you can get 0% financing for 60 months on new vehicles. Plus shop over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000. With a friendly team of brand experts, the team at Ray is here to help you during each and every step of your car shopping journey. And with that raised price promise, you can shop confidently, knowing there will be no add-ons or hidden fees ever. That's their promise. Go check out our partners today to shop one of Chicago's largest inventories. Find the right vehicle now for you. Then drive home happy. The team at Ray is the only one we recommend. Don't miss out on the Declaration of Deals sales event for huge savings on new models. For more info, visit Ray CDGR today on Route 12 in Fox Lake or raycdgr.com. There's the community. 763.
Matt Peck, could you ask Joey C a question, please?
Joey C, what time is it?
He had it. He caught it. Boom, put it back in.
Alley-oop.
Zone deals, ladies and gentlemen. They are the absolute best. That's why we love Game Time, man. That means you can save even more because when you choose a section and get it Game Time, go ahead and do that selecting. Of course, they got those seat views. Matt and myself, we really love those. Of course, they got that lowest price guarantee. Who don't love that? And they got that Game Time ticket coverage. Why do I love it? Because it comes with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. So take that guesswork out of buying those NBA tickets, y'all, with Game Time. Just go ahead and download the Game Time app, create an account, and use that code CHGO. Get yourself $20 off your first purchase.
Terms apply.
I said CHGO. Get yourself $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download the Game Time app today.
CHGO Bulls here, Peck, Big Dave, Goat, Joey C on the controls, and we are talking Michael Reinsdorf, the Tuesday press conference, and Billy Donovan, and Billy Donovan's currently unknowable future. So there was the little correction / follow-up answer in the Athletic that we talked about with Michael and walking back the whole Billy or Bust thing. And then in his pregame media availability before the Wizards Part 2, Billy said, I love it here. I love the relationships with Jerry and Michael, everybody in the building. I want to stay here. Or no, he didn't say I want to stay here, but we haven't won a lot. But he also said, I think Michael was making the point of how he felt about me. Essentially, no more, no less. I think it's yet another great spin by Billy Donovan, the spin doctor, of just that dude knows how to speak to the media, man.
Great album.
I don't know if you guys want to try to make a read on it, because my attempt right now is that signals Billy hasn't made up his mind yet.
That's what I got from it.
And, I mean, isn't there talk about him having a sit-down with ownership, even now that AK and Eversley have been dismissed, Goat, that there might need to be another conversation that takes place for Billy to be convinced to stay?
I think that conversation is expected to happen on Monday after the season ends on Sunday. Michael said in the press availability that he thinks it's going to happen quickly. I'm not so sure. I think Billy's going to want to see what his options are. I think he's going to want to see what jobs become available, and I think you'll only know that once teams fizzle out in the playoffs. There is expected to be a big coaching carousel this offseason. What are his options going to be? Who's going to be interested in him? I think also you have to look at it from the team building standpoint. Billy clearly wants to win. And until he knows what this new GM is going to come in and do, he's not going to know if the Bulls are going to be ready to win on a timeline that is digestible for him. If it's going to be a 3-5 year rebuild, I have a hard time seeing him wanting to sit through that. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But I just don't think he'll know until he kind of knows what the plan is. And so in that way, it's hard to get an answer until that side of the equation is complete. But on the one hand, you're kind of waiting to see what Billy wants to do before finishing that side of the equation. So I think there's just a lot that needs to happen. I actually don't anticipate this is going to be a very quick thing. I think it could get drawn out. I also think like he could stick around and maybe nothing comes out. You hire the GM, you go through the draft, you see where you end up in the lottery, and then maybe in the offseason he decides to make a change. I just think everything is kind of up on the table right now because I actually don't think he knows what he wants to do. I would guess it's maybe a little bit more likely now that there is going to be a different direction than it would be if Arturas and Mark had not been let go. But I have a hard time feeling like Billy, because if he goes into Monday mornings, whatever time it is, like let's say it's 9 a.m., if he knows the answer going into that, then he knows it right now. Like I just think he's going to need some time to think. And I wonder how much that shifts the time frame for finding the new lead executive.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem with him taking all the time he needs to think, because as you mentioned last time, we talked about just all the things he's been through and gone through. So he hasn't had a real time to even like decompress. Yeah, it's just been work, dealing with all that. So I get that, but even reading the statement, Matt, I love how he phrased it. And again, Billy, man, knows how to talk. He knows how to phrase things and put things perfectly. Let him know how much he loves it here. I love being here. The staff, everybody, they're great to me. I enjoy working here, all that. We ain't won. Like that sentence right there was Billy Donovan for me. Yep. We have not won. Like, because we really haven't won a lot. Like that's what he's here to do. That's all Billy is about, is winning, all right? But so when that hasn't occurred and went down, like that's going to pop up, even in that conversation. What is your plan to get us back on track for winning? That's going to occur and pop up in the conversation that they have. But that's why I read it so much into that last line so much, is because him saying that is, for me, telling him, like, bro, we ain't won a lot. What we doing? Like, how we about to get back to this? Because I like winning. I enjoy doing that. This is how I got this jacket on. I hope he walks in with his Hall of Fame jacket on. Like, letting them know, bro, like, this is what I'm about. So if we're not going to be about that life, we need to have a discussion about it as far as how I'm going to move forward.
I think that last part that you mentioned is the biggest piece of the puzzle, which is not are we winning, it's how do we get back to winning. Mm-hmm. And is there a way that Michael can give a legitimate answer to that before he knows who the lead executive is? I just don't know that he can't.
Correct.
So how can Billy have an answer? Or that is the answer. You just don't know, so I'm not going to wait around for it. So I think that's the biggest challenge. But again, I think Michael's maybe, he was just kind of framing it this way in the media. Maybe he believes this, maybe he doesn't. The idea that Billy is going to have an answer, unless he's just like 100% committed or 100% out, I imagine there will be a little bit more of a middle ground there. And if he's having a hard time deciding, I just don't know what you can say to sway him to stay here, because what is the plan? There isn't one yet until you find a new head executive.
Well, and speaking of the lack of winning, quickly before we wrap this up, South MU in the chat saying, the guy's been under 500 for 5 of his 6 seasons here. What are we talking about? And brace yourselves. I agreed with Michael Reinsdorf when he said in that press conference, Billy won obviously at the highest of levels in college, then, deep playoff run in OKC. That's debatable. But then he said also, like, I think Billy's done a lot of solid winning here. Obviously not winning at the level we want, but given what he's had to work with is essentially what Michael said. Mm-hmm. And I have been sitting here on this show and saying that for 4 years. Mm-hmm. How many wins do these Bulls of the 40-42, 39-43, 39-43 fun trio of seasons that was? How many wins without Billy? Because I think it's a smaller number, not a bigger number. Absolutely. And I might be in the minority of that opinion based on how much and how like the volume of Billy haters on Bulls Twitter. I think you're not talking about almost a 500 season. You're talking about 30 wins instead of 39 or 40.
Yeah, the irony is, if Billy were a worse coach, the team would maybe be way better off, because I don't think they would have won as much.
Had higher lottery odds.
They would have had better lottery odds.
Yeah. Well, so again, we'll keep an eye on it when there's any developments, whether that be as soon as Monday when Billy has to sit down with ownership, or if we got to wait a while after that. We will be here to react to it. What comes next? Will Billy stay, or will Billy go? No one knows.
No one knows.
That's a tough one. Will Billy go?
Will Billy go?
Will Bills.
Billy go.
Just quickly before we get to that Goon of the Night, Ryan throws his $20 super chat. Appreciate you, Ryan. Personally to me, Billy's gone. He didn't take the NC job out of respect for Mike. Billy's big on family. Mike's daughter plays for NC volleyball, referring to Michael Malone, former Nuggets coach. Mike said he wants to spend more time with family, and Billy did him a solid. I mean,
possibly. I think Billy just is not really interested in the college ranks anymore.
Yeah,
I think he wants
agree.
an NBA job, and I think there will be plenty available to him for him to pick from.
I think if he lets the Bulls know I'm going to take some time and he starts getting some back channel calls from some other NBA teams, Billy's out of here.
Yeah, we'll see.
It is kind of interesting how the narrative has shifted back in Billy's favor. I think with this the way that this season has gone, despite the team being worse and the team performing at a lower level, I feel like the perception around, maybe not so much in Chicago Bulls, fandom, but in the national media, I think has been very much more rosy towards Billy. So for whatever that's worth.
Roses. Give that man his roses. Joey C.,
speaking of roses.
For the very last time for you, sir. For the very final time.
Until October.
Until October. I need you to give the biggest smack across the face that you've ever given here on CHGO Bulls, sir.
To beat a man, you gotta beat the man now. I'm the man.
Woo! Joey Cutoff strikes again for all its splendor and glory.
Back to back.
Here it is. Bask in it, Joey C. Put your face on it.
It's beautiful.
There it is. Goon of the Night belt, ladies and gentlemen. You should know by now how this works. If you don't, goes to a player, person, anything Bulls related, coach, could be the announcer, doesn't matter. Could be somebody here on set. All these things can occur as long as it's Bulls related and only after Bulls wins. Joey C., since your last one, ooh. I'm starting with you, sir.
Oh.
You give it to him one time. Who is your Goon of the Night?
Kalou Kalei. All right. I keep going back to there's many different ways to have your thoughts and your tenets and your principles about Goon of the Night. Mm-hmm. And some of them go back to the words that I heard Will the Goat Gottlieb say early on in this show. He kept saying the word dirty work about this player. He said a little something about a little garbage with this player. And he says it in a complimentary way. How do I not go with Leonard Miller tonight?
Lenny Mills.
A guy who, like on a team that's just trying to figure out where the pieces are. He's trying to find his way in the NBA. Yeah, man, get to the hoop. Mm-hmm. Get some offensive boards. Pick up, there's points laying out there for you. He goes out there and he gets them. Reminds me a little bit of, not the same player, but like just what Ronnie Brewer would do every once in a while. Like that eighth or ninth man off the bench that would come in and get you some of that garbage, those dirty baskets. Like, give me Leonard Miller for the Goon of the Night.
Well done, Joey C. Well done, sir. Matt Peck?
I think it was a nomination from Jeb in the chat earlier, and I'll just double down on it and shout out Jeb again. Hope you had fun in your first Bulls game. I'm gonna go Yuki tonight. 3 charges drawn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One of the 3 I would say was bordering on egregious flopping. And I think that's the first mean thing I've said about Yuki this whole season.
How dare you?
I love Yuki.
How dare you?
The second charge where the arms went like this and then like roller coastered again a couple of times. Bless your heart, you sold the crap out of that. And then the third one, he just flat out just took an elbow right to the eye. Because he is in dangerous elbow swinging heights against other NBA players. Also, just some classic gorgeous Yuki dimes. I think Jeb used the word electric for some of those. I mean, the highlighted reel that led to that giant slam from Leonard Miller coming down the lane, and Yuki just no-lick dropped it off to him.
Nasty.
Great fun stuff. 3 charges drawn. Yuki, my guy.
Well, to go Gottlieb.
6'3" guard from Alabama. Number 2.
How did I know?
Colin Sexton.
Colin
Darnell Sexton, excuse me.
Oh.
I mean, just the intensity that this dude plays with is the only way you can describe it is just goon. He is a goon. He's picking up full court. He is driving to the basket. Just, I don't even know how to describe it. This man just plays with an energy level that I've never really witnessed before. And it's not always good, as you call him, Drummond Jr. But sometimes it is. Sometimes he's just like getting buckets. Sometimes he's like throwing the ball all over the place.
Good chaos, bad chaos. Always
Good chaos, bad
Sometimes
chaos,
getting
always
buckets,
chaos.
Sometimes
And
flipping off the bucket.
yeah, that it's just like an electricity that flows through him. It's something.
I love
something
it.
to watch.
Before we get to finding out who the Goon of the Night is, just a quick reminder, we're going to head to a little bit of overtime here on CHGO Bulls postgame. If you're watching on one of our streaming partners and want that OT coverage, just head to allchgo.com.
Well,
Solid nominees
very
tonight.
solid nominees. I tell you, this is one of my favorite games to watch with Will the Go Gottlieb that I have ever watched, and he's had some awesome ones. Remember the one he actually won Good of the Night for?
I do.
This one game he did that, man. It was entertaining. I'm just saying like that. That's my guy. It was entertaining. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. All its splendor and glory.
Splendor and glory.
Right there in your face. It's the Goon of the Night belt. I'm turning towards Joey C so you can get one more good look at it, baby. Just one more. Well, Joey C, Goon of the Night goes to Yuki Kawamura. Absolutely Yuki. The charges were ridiculous. But taking that elbow, not only did he take the elbow, Matt, he's holding his eye closed like this while he's talking to Billy Donovan.
Yeah.
And then he's still like, hey, I just got to shoot these free throws. Oh, yeah, let me go ahead and get these free throws up and in while I'm doing it. And then hits those free throws and then goes and has a seat right there after a pat on the back from Billy. It was Goon behavior from that young man right there, and it did not deter him for how he continued to play. That elbow maybe would have made people think twice about doing that again. Not Yuki. Not how he rolls, baby.
Oh, no.
He's out there for more. And then drop that dime after that you talked about. That gorgeous pass back to Leonard Miller, man, for that slam dunk for him. Oh, yeah. Yuki was showing out and doing his thing. Sir, this is for you. You win on Joey C's night.
Well
Goon
done.
of the Night.
Well done. I also saw several people in the chat nominating P. Will for wiping out his own teammate because that was, friendly fire that caused Yabu to leave the game with a shoulder injury, and he did not return.
Yes, it did. That happened.
Pat was gooning out there,
Get
too.
well, Yabusele. Absolutely.
Yeah,
man.
hope Yabu's
you're feeling
okay.
right. Seriously.
And Pat's going to pat.
Pat's going to pat,
With
bro.
that victory, Yuki Kawamura now has moved into third place in the Goon of the Season rankings with 2.5 victories, trailing only last night's partial winner and madman, Billy Donovan, and Modest Buzelis.
What a season we have
Billy,
had.
Modest, and Yuki are your 3 Goon of the Season leaders.
The late
coming
season
into
surge.
games 81 and 82.
Late season surge from Yuki. Getting in there, man. Yeah.
He just plays with so much physicality. Like we were talking about during the game. He just like throws his chest and his hips around. Like he can't really, he's like not doing the swipe down. A lot of smaller guards do the swipe down. He's obviously not like, he fights, but he's not like holding guys away. But he just like puts his chest into the play.
I was going to say, you were pointing out while we were watching, like he just chests a lot of guys.
It's almost like, I feel like it's a foul, but he just like, maybe they're just not calling it, but he just like, it's almost like a weapon, the way he uses his chest.
Yes.
Exactly.
His whole body is aware. That dude is in shape, man. I'm telling you. He's one of the strongest dudes out there. Because he takes so much contact, and you can't really knock him off his square.
Correct.
Like, you got to be real strong to be
Well, he
able
has
to
the
do that
ultimate
in 5
leverage.
days.
Like you're not going to be able to get lower than he is.
That's
so
it.
He can really.
But even when you put it on him, he's still like,
No,
he's still right there with it.
He's strong
man.
and he fights.
Yeah, he did.
And I mean, yeah.
get you one of
Speaking
these.
of Yuki,
Shoots
just
like Steph, big like Clay.
drawing a lot of charges and not getting called for the physicality of his defensive efforts. Shout out also honorable mention of Gundam to Lockie, who fouled out in 17 minutes tonight.
Yeah, with 2 points.
He was on the floor every
Yes.
other time I looked up while Yuki was on the floor.
Do we think that they're going to? What are they going to do at center next game?
If Yabu's out,
Yabu's out. Richards is out.
they just brought up Mo Guy. Mo Gay from Windy City.
Maybe he'll play.
He's big.
He's big. He's not small.
He's not super muscular, but he's got height and length to him. So maybe he'll get a start. Or just start Yuki at the 5.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm with it.
Whatever.
I mean, they're basically doing that right now. It was like Dillingham, Sexton, Yuki, and Trey Jones out there together.
Oh, man.
Don't forget Mac McClung.
Can't
And
forget
Mac
him.
McClung.
I was reading what Juan Miller said. Can you see that?
I sure can. Juan Miller in the chat saying, just want to say how you guys have remained positive and done a great job while I'm struggling to pick myself off the ground, wondering why I'm a Bulls fan. So well done, guys. Appreciate you, Juan.
That's the first time anybody has ever called me and Matt positive.
I know. I was going to say, some nooks and crannies of Bulls Twitter would disagree with you. That
it's just seeping from me.
All I do is ooze negativity.
It's positivity by association. That's how that works.
I'll take it.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
man.
Take it.
It's been a good week.
It's true.
It's been a good week.
That's true. He did come in with sheer joy on his face for the first time. And
Monday was a great day.
It was a day.
Tuesday was a great day.
Yeah. Excuse me. It's been pretty cool.
The 2 wins over the Zards and the fact that the Bulls have now fallen into a tie with Milwaukee again in 9/10. I'm less thrilled about that.
Yeah.
Kind of worried about that.
It's all right. 2 more left, man.
But you know what? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Cross that bridge when we come to it.
We will get there soon enough.
Friday.
We will get out of here for tonight. We're back at it tomorrow night. Bulls come back home. It's their home finale, taking on Orlando, who are very much in the thick of fighting for seeding in the Eastern Conference playoff bracket and trying to avoid the play-in tournament. So that's a game that Orlando very much cares about.
Yes.
We'll see who and what is available for Billy and the Bulls tomorrow night. Goat will be at the Madhouse. Dave and I will be here. We will have live post-game for y'all. In the meantime, read Goat stuff, allchgo.com. Become a diehard if you aren't already. Promo code GOAT when you sign up to be a diehard. If you're not a diehard, you've been missing some great stuff from GOAT over the entire season, but also especially the last few weeks when all kinds of things have started to happen. And, of course, you want that diehard coverage when we get to draft season. Woo-hoo. It's close. Follow him, Will _Gottlieb. Big Dave Bow, BAWL Sports. I'm Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. Shout out to the king of the controls.
There he is.
Wrapping up his first year at the helm as our primary producer on CHGO Bulls 4 game nights. We will miss him tomorrow and Sunday, but make sure y'all are tuning in to CHGO Cubs and their great coverage throughout the season. They've got their first Friday 120 club of the season tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Murphy's Bleachers pregame, Bleachers for the game, postgame at Almost Home.
Postgame live, Almost Home. We're also giving away a free signed Sammy Sosa jersey tomorrow. Free admittance to Almost Home. Wow. Just come hang out with us, watch the live postgame, give away a free jersey.
Reasons on reasons on reasons.
Signed by who?
Signed by none other than Patrick Williams. So come on in.
Dude, that would be hilarious, man. Jersey,
also, not the end of coverage and content from CHGO Sports tonight. Shout out to our guy Sean Anderson. I believe he's still running over in Studio West doing White Sox post game with Sarah Bear. Bang. And then on deck, coming to take our seats in Studio A, is the CHGO Blackhawks crew, bringing in, rounding out the night with CHGO Blackhawks post game with Queen of the Controls, the one and only Chloe Thiel. So keep it right here. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the like on your way out. Appreciate you, Bulls Nation, tonight and every night. And we will talk to you tomorrow. Much love. See you, right. Be good.
Joey C. C is for champion.
Champion.
We all silly like the mayor.